Hujama once again, family. Just got done watching the world news. Sometimes I have to question myself as to why I even bother watching the news because it's so depressing. But I think it's very important that although it's very depressing, we need to keep ourselves on top of what's going on in the matters of the world. And for those of you who don't know, these demon cops are at it again, fucking over our people. This time it's in Sacramento. I watched the video on NBC World News. Brad was just standing there and didn't pose a threat or anything to the cop. And I don't know what was said, but wherever it transpired between the two, it obviously pissed the cop off to the point where he decided to charge at the brother and slam him down. And you had a lot of people driving past the scene with their phones taking videos. So this is also something else that has gone viral throughout the world. This is something that is occurring at a rate that doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon, brothers and sisters. So what's the solution? What's the solution? I don't know. Tell me what you think what the solution could be in the comment section. Why I think, then of course, what I feel will probably be kind of opposite of what they're not trying to teach in the police academies around the nation with regards to diversity. But apparently, white cops, black people don't mix very well. So maybe the best thing to do is to have black cops patrol black areas. Even though you do have some black devils amongst us, by the way. But at any rate, have black cops patrol black areas, white cops patrol white areas, Latino cops patrol Latino areas, and so on and so forth. Maybe it won't completely eliminate the problem, but maybe it'll slow it down to the point where we will hear less and less stories about cops jumping on civilians. Because this is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. Now I understand, sometimes police officers, they get frustrated. Anybody can become frustrated with anybody. But to abuse your power like that, sometimes you gotta check yourself. And if your partner's there and he see you getting knocked off your square, your partner should say, hey, man, look, I got this. Go sit back in the squad car and catch a breath or something like that. Because you about to get knocked off your square. That's what needs to be happening, but it's not happening. It's not happening. At the bottom line, at the end of the day, it's all about respect. And apparently, these white cops don't respect black neighborhoods. Then again, a lot of black people don't respect black neighborhoods either. As I said in one of my previous videos, a lot of times we're our own worst enemy. So it's incumbent upon us, as well as the cops, to check ourselves. We got to do a better job amongst ourselves as a people, having more pride about ourselves, having more pride about how we conduct our business, having more pride in our neighborhoods, which we don't. Let's just keep it real. Look at the black neighborhood and look at the white neighborhood. Now, I don't excuse what these cops did. Wrong is wrong. And that cop was obviously wrong as two left shoes. But we got a lot of work to do as a people, brothers and sisters. And these white cops, just like I said in the previous video, a lot of white people don't have positive interactions with black people. The only everything they see about us is on the news, the media, the way TV portrays us. Seems as though they find the worst of the worst amongst us and put us on TV, making a plum ass out of ourselves and our people. And they think all of us are the same way, which is wrong. They want to paint us all with the same broad brush and categorize us in the same trap bag. And that's not right. That's not right at all. But, or maybe this, check this out. Maybe, like I said once again in one of my previous videos, we need to start having a nation within a nation. Okay? A nation within a nation. Let's start doing for selves, black people. Okay? Let's start doing for selves. I had an uncle that lived in Arizona. And, it's Indian country. And whenever a Navajo got arrested, you know what they would do? They would take him. They wouldn't take him to jail unless it was really something really bogus. But oftentimes, they would take him straight back to his community, talk to their chief, and he'll handle it. And he'll tell them, look here, you ain't got to worry about him anymore. I got this. Well, brothers and sisters, when we start a nation within a nation, and which we need to do, and soon, because it's apparent, quite apparent, that these people don't want to be around us. They hate our guts. They despise the ground that we walk on. And why do we continue to push ourselves on people that don't want you? I haven't the faintest idea. But we need to stop that shit. Because it's not a good look. It's not a good look. It's not. It seems like we can't do anything without involving white people. We got to involve white people. Otherwise, it's not legit. Like we are incapable of doing anything for ourselves, like a child or something like that. That shit is sickening. That needs to stop. We need to have our own nation within a nation, have our own stores, our own banks, our own supermarkets, our own clothing stores, our own everything. We have to learn to be self-sufficient and independent of our slave masters' children. That's a start in improving ourselves in our condition. But we so screwed up as a people, and we so brainwashed that, quite frankly, brothers and sisters, I don't think that would ever happen. Because once again, we are conditioned to think and believe that white people got to be involved in it before it's legitimized. So, I don't think that would work. It would work if we weren't so daggone brainwashed. It would work. I mean, Asian people do it. Go to Chinatown. They got everything. Go to the Mexican community. They got everything. They don't have to leave their communities for anything. And on top of that, they police themselves. Hey, man, you need to chill out with that shit, man. Hey, fall back. We ain't doing that. Fall back. They police themselves. And they make sure that wherever they do is to the betterment of their community. They don't cause embarrassment towards their community. They don't give the community a black eye like we do. So, I don't know where it's going to take, brothers and sisters. I really don't. I mean, honestly, I'm not a negative, pessimistic person. But when it comes to our people, it's hard not to be. Because you got people like myself. That's why I do these videos. To encourage our people to do better about themselves, for themselves, and their people, and their community. But as you look around each and every day, we're still in the same place. We're rock bottom. Ain't going nowhere fast. The good thing about being rock bottom, though, is you ain't got nowhere to go but up. You can't get no lower. And that's where we are right now, brothers and sisters. Rock freaking bottom. Now, we know what we need to do. We know we have to pull our own selves up by our own bootstraps because there's no one else going to do it for us. We need to elevate ourselves, do better by ourselves and by our people. And we need to start taking care of our own business and stop looking for others to validate us and take care of our business, because they're not going to do it. Because it's not in their best interest to do it. So why the fuck should they? However, it's in our best interest to do so, and we're not doing it. We're not doing it. Instead of lifting your brother up, you tearing them down. Instead of lifting your sister up, you tearing her down. And we're going to have to start policing ourselves and letting each other know when shit ain't right and shit don't look right, so we could be a better community. That's what we're going to have to do. A lot of times what happens, I'm going to start with you, brothers. A lot of things that happen in our community, if we would step up as men and check that shit in the door, it would not happen. Our sisters behaving the way that they do, a lot of times they behave the way that they do because we allow them to. Okay, we allow them to. We think that shit is acceptable. We laugh at them. We giggle with them. They think it's funny. They don't think anything's wrong with their lewd behavior. And so since brothers are not putting their foot down and they're not making sisters be more accountable, they continue in their lewd behavior. And vice versa. The coin flips both ways. Sisters not holding the brothers accountable.